What is up, my home chickens? Joey Robbins here, and welcome to part 3 of showing you my entire collection. Last two videos I showed you my entire movie and NES collection, and in this video I will show you my entire Super Nintendo collection. Now, for those of you new to my channel and would be very interested on checking out my movie and NES collection video, I will leave the links in the description below. But yeah, anyway guys, without further ado, let's get to it. So yeah, as you can see, this is my Super Nintendo section, and I will start from top to bottom. So here we go. And I also want to note that just about every Super Nintendo game that I own are complete in box, except for like a couple, and I'll let you know what aren't. So here is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Now, I used to play this as a kid. I played this at my friend's house, and I lost interest, sadly, because of the crying baby. It was just very repulsive to listen to. It's a shame, because this actually is a good game. So one day I should actually give this a true attempt. Okay, here is Super Mario Kart. Now, this is a game that I owned as a kid. Definitely one of my favorite racing games of all time. Very fun, and it has a very fun co-op as well. So yeah, very good game. Here's a game I never played, but I heard it's really bad, is Mario is Missing. And supposedly it's like this educational game, but not in a good way, so yeah. Now here's a game that I owned, Jurassic Park. And this is actually a very good game. It had really good graphics, and like when you would go inside buildings and stuff, it would have like this 3D first person perspective, which was amazing at the time, especially on Super Nintendo. The only flaw with this game, there was no save feature, so you had to beat this in one sitting, and this was a pretty big game, so that bad flaw there, but a good game. Here is Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. And I was thinking about doing a Joey's Fun Play of this here pretty soon. Definitely one of my favorite turn-based RPG games of all time. Very fun. Enjoy this game. I'd like to see one of those on the Switch. Here is Secret of Mana. And I actually haven't played this yet, and I've heard amazing things about it. So this is to my to-play list. Okay, now here is Final Fantasy Mystical Quest, and I've heard this wasn't good, but I haven't played it and I'm curious, so no comment. And I do have the map for all these Final Fantasy games. Here's 2 and 3, and these are very good games. I love the Final Fantasy series. Here is Illusion of Gaia, and I believe this is a turn-based RPG as well. I'm not certain. I haven't played this. I've heard it was pretty good, but that's all I know. One day I'll have to play this. Here is Donkey Kong Country 1 and... sorry. Saw that glare there. And 2. And Donkey Kong Country 1 is the one that I owned as a kid, and very amazing game. This was actually a game I didn't even ask for, and my parents just surprised me with this, and I'm glad they did. And the reason why I never asked for this, because I was never a fan of Donkey Kong, and my dad just picked this up because I guess the salesman said this was like a top-rated game, and that's what my parents would go by, and I'm glad he did, because amazing game. And I haven't played the second one. There is a third one, but I do not own it. But I've heard all 3 of them are good. Okay, now here's one that's really masterpiece right here. I will say though, even though it's a masterpiece, I was never a big fan of this game, but it's arguably the best game on the Super Nintendo, is Super Metroid. But yeah, it's got beautiful graphics, amazing music, awesome gameplay. It's just a great game, but like, yeah, for some reason I was never a Super Metroid fan. But it's a good game, and I should give this a serious attempt, because I might change my mind. Okay, here is Star Fox, great classic. It's got really good catchy music. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I can't do it right now, but yeah, I haven't played this in a while. I have to play this again. This is on my to playlist, so it has been a while. Here's a game that I owned as a kid, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. And even to this day, this is my favorite beat-em-up game of all time. It really holds up well. I feel like there isn't enough really good beat-em-up games, but that's my opinion, but I never really played enough of them. So I'm not really the right person to make a comment like that. But for me, this is my favorite beat-em-up game, and I'm a big fan of Ninja Turtles, and for those of you that have followed me for a while know that. So yeah, I love me Ninja Turtles, and they did an outstanding job with this. I would love to see a movie of this. Well, technically they did with Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time, when they go to Japan, but that was a piece of shit. Bad attempt there. Okay, here is The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. And this is definitely one of my favorite games of all time. And when I think Super Nintendo, I think of this game. Very epic game. I love it. Masterpiece. And again, for those of you that know me and have followed me for a while, know I'm a big sucker for Zelda. Love me Zelda. Okay, here is F-Zero. And I've done a Joey's Fun Play of this, and yeah, just a really fun racing game. Too bad there's no co-op, but yeah, I mean, I love the soundtrack, and I don't know, it just holds up very well. The fun factor is really high. Just a very fun game. It's a game that makes you happy. It's a really good game. And here's another one that has the same effect, but more soothing, more calm, is Pilot Wings. Until you get to the very end, then it gets a little hectic. It can get a little stressful because it's hard. But when you're going through all the training courses and stuff, it's just, I don't know, something about it. It's just fun, soothing, just very relaxing and enjoyable. Just really enjoyed this game. Good classic. Now, I've never played this game, Wario's Woods, but it looks like it's a puzzle game, kind of like Tetris in a way. I mean, I'm just going by the images on the back of the box. But I know nothing about this game, so one day I should check it out. Okay, so here is Doom, and you know, I've played many versions of Doom, and most of them are good. There are some bad versions. I think I remember this one being pretty good. I think the only negative thing was the graphics were really bad, but the soundtrack was very good. The gameplay, like everything was good except for the graphics. They were pretty horrible. But to me, if you're going to play Doom, play it on the PC. My opinion, though. I played, Doom 4 on PS4. That was actually really good. Bethesda did a good job with that one. But anyway, here's another one I've done a Joey's Fun Play. One of those Halloween specials. Super Castlevania 4. Yeah, when it's Halloween time, this is my go-to game to play. So, yeah, very, very awesome game. One of my favorites on the Super Nintendo. And this is another one that hopefully this year I'll play it around Halloween. I'm going to make this a Halloween Joey's Fun Play special. But, man, I practice with this. I've never beaten it. It's really hard. And it's a shame, too, is Super Ghouls and Ghosts. And the reason why I say a shame, like, this really is a good game. It's got beautiful graphics, great music, gameplay. Everything's really good. And don't get me wrong, like, just because it's challenging and very difficult doesn't make it a bad game. But the reason why I feel like what kind of ruins it is it's so hard where it kind of takes away the fun factor and it kind of ends up being a chore. That's how I feel as I'm trying to play through this game. So that's the only shame thing. I wish there was at least a difficulty setting. But again, my opinion. But it's still a good game, don't get me wrong. And here's another game that I play around Halloween is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And you know, it's funny because I remember my first introduction to this was at my friend/neighbor's house that owned this. And, you know, he's like, hey, you want to play Zombies Ate My Neighbors? And I looked at the box. And then, you know, when I looked at the menu screen, I was like, this game looks like it's going to suck, you know? Like, And then I saw it was made by Konami, and I go, oh, well, Konami makes really good games. All right. And that's what he said, too. And then we played it, and it's amazing. Yeah, I highly recommend this. Very fun co-op as well. And here is Bram Stoker's Dracula. And I haven't played this, but I'm very curious, so maybe I'll make a Joey's Fun Play video of this year. We'll see. Okay. Here's some sim games. And I think there's a total of 4, and I have 3 of them. Here's Sim Earth. I've never played. One day I'll check it out. I'm into the sim games, like Simcity like. This one I played on PC, and I played a little of this version. The PC is definitely better. Mainly, I think, because of the controls. I think controls aren't very good on this one. Is Sim Ant. I actually really like Sim Ant. Again, I played it on PC, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'll have to try this version again, but I think I remember the controls being a little, I don't know, I might be wrong. Might have bad memory there. But yeah, speaking of SimCity, here's SimCity. And I really love this game. It actually holds up very well for me. I like to see newer versions of this. Just loads of fun, very soothing. It's kind of like the go-to game for me when I just want to play something relaxing. Very fun. Okay, and here is the Star Wars games. So here is Super Star Wars. And these are all good games. They're pretty hard. I haven't really had a legit sit-down playthrough of these, so one day I'll have to actually sit down and play these. And here is Super Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. And here is Super Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. So, yeah, maybe one day I'll have like a Star Wars marathon. Because I've heard these were all good, but yeah, they're a little difficult. Okay, I did a Retro Sunday episode of this, Clay Fighter. It's a mediocre fighting game, but it's funny. It's got some good humor. Now here I'll probably get criticized, so I have Street Fighter 2, but not Turbo. What kind of collector am I, right? What kind of gamer am I? I have Street Fighter 2, but not the Turbo. Whatever. I was never a big fan of the fighting games, so I guess there you go. There's my alibi, but don't get me wrong though. The Street Fighter games are awesome. Same with Mortal Kombat. This one I'll have to play again. I haven't played this one in, man, a long time. Killer Instinct. I played this at my neighbor's house. This is a really good fighting game. And then, speaking of Mortal Kombat, here is 1 and 3. And I thought I had 2. I'll have to go find 2. So then I have all 3. I think there's a total of 4 of them though. That I'll have to check, but yeah, I have 1 and 3. Okay, this one I'm kind of curious about. I've never played this version. Dragon's Lair. I played the NES version and that was horrendously bad. I played the arcade version. That's the good one, of course. Arcade's always better. Yeah, but I'm looking at the images on the back and I'm kind of, I'm very curious. It looks interesting. Maybe this is a good version. I'm not certain. Okay, we're to the very bottom here. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just grabbing them. Now, these games aren't going to be too good. Now, this one I've heard was good, though. Super Tennis. Heard this was actually really fun. Never played it. Most of these games I haven't played. Like, here's some racing games. Like, here's one. Oh, I thought this was a racing game. Well, I guess it kind of is. Full Throttle. Yeah, I guess it is a racing game. I've never played this one either. Here is Super Battle Tank 2. I think I've heard this one was actually good. I'm not certain though. Then this one I found on my last retro hunting was Warlock, which I'm assuming this isn't good. Going by the images, it looks good, but once you see that rainbow, man, LJN, not good. And here is Winter Olympic Games, excuse me. I'm curious about this one. Wonder if it's good or not. Okay, then here's some sports games. Here is NBA Live 95. You know, whatever. Extra Innings Baseball. Again, whatever. Here is Super Bases Loaded. Now, I wonder if there's 4 of these on Super Nintendo, just like on NES, where there was like 4 of them. Kind of wild. That's what happens with sports games, though. Too many of them. Okay, what is this? Dirt Tracks? Yeah. Never played this one. Don't know if that's any good. This one I'm actually curious about. You guys actually requested this. Family Feud. And I'm into the family games, so I'll check it out one time. Check it out one day. Here's Tetris 2. We all know our Tetris. Just funny how many versions of Tetris there is, you know. Same with like Pac-Man and all that. Just a money grab. So, okay. Getting down here. Okay. So it took me a minute. Here's another one that I found on my last retro hunting is Goof Troop. And I need to do a Joey's Fun Play of this. This is to my to-play list. It's on my to-play list. Very fun game. I used to play this all the time as a kid. Utapa, because that's how you pronounce it. I know nothing about this game. Know nothing. Here is Super Battleship. Okay, another, looks like classic board game. I played the board game, the Talking Battleship board game. That was a lot of fun, the electronic one. Addams Family Values. Okay, that's a weird name. I'll have to check this out one day. Okay, and then this one's not complete in box. I mean, this came with the system. Super Mario World. Hope you can see that okay. There you go. Just because this traveling case is blue, so it might be a little hard to see. Now, these are not complete in box. But I do have all 3 Mega Man X. Here's X1, X2, and X3. So yeah, I do have all 3 Mega Man X games. And these are all the custom made cases. So these aren't the original boxes. And I do not have the manual for these. So, and the reason why, because like, as I was collecting, I had my chance to get the first Mega Man X complete in box for a good price. But yeah, 2 and 3, well, I don't need to tell you guys, they're very expensive, and I didn't want to pay that much. You know what I mean? I think that's a little ridiculous. My opinion, though. Okay, getting down here. But I'm not going to say that I haven't been suckered on some prices, you know what I mean? But I don't know. But, alright, here is Jeopardy, another family game. Oh, Jeopardy. This one I'm actually curious about. It's cool that they made a game of this. I wonder if there's like a PS4 version or something. I'll have to look that up. Because I'd be interested. Clue. And I forgot there's a movie of this, and I think it's on Netflix still. I'll have to check it out. Because I remember the board game, and I was fascinated by the board game. I thought it was pretty cool. So, I am very curious about this version. Hopefully it's good, because that'd be fun. Anyways, the Chess Master. Just chess, whatever. I mean, it's good if you like chess, you know. It's just crazy that it's a video game. American Gladiators. Now, I haven't played the Super Nintendo version. I played the NES version. The NES version was fun. I'm assuming this may be good as well. And here is FIFA 96 Soccer. And I've never played this. I mean, it might be good. I never really was into soccer, so that's why I've never played it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry, it's taking me long in between going up and down. So here is, this is actually brand new, still sealed, not a big deal, but like Vegas stakes, poker or whatever, so it's just a casino game. It's brand new, never opened. Here is Wild Snake. I did pop this in because I was curious because it's kind of like Tetris but with snakes. It's a little different. I don't know what to make of this game. It's definitely different. I don't know if I would say this is a good or a bad game. It's different. I'll just keep it at that. Then here's some fishing games. Bass Masters Classic. I think I have a few of them. Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm a little curious with these games if they're good or not. I used to go fishing all the time as a kid. Fishing's awesome. Yeah, Super Black Bass. It's interesting. Here's another one. How many of these are you know? There's another one. So this one was Super Black Bass. This is just Black Bass. What? I guess this one's better because this one's super. Ooh. I don't get it. And here's some Pga Tour Golf. Okay, whatever. I never really played any of the golfing games. Okay. Let's see what else there is. Okay, here's another, or not another. This might be my only version, but here is Miss Pac-Man. But I was using the word another because, hey, look, another Pac-Man version. Or Miss Pac-Man, but yeah, this is Miss Pac-Man. Okay, it was a little dirt there. Need to do my cleaning here. Here is Tom and Jerry. Now, I played this as a kid. I rented this a few times, and it's fun. I remember enjoying this. I would say it's average, maybe above average, though. And here's Star Trek, The Next Generation. I've never played this, so. But there it is. This, I was really thinking about doing a nerd video a long time ago, and I never did. Lester the Unlikely. I played this because I was curious. Piece of shit. That's all I gotta say. It's hilarious, though. It's like a piece of shit in a funny way, though. You'll actually get some good laughs out of it. Okay. Here's another one that I played as a kid. I rented this a couple times. Is The Jungle Book. And I have beaten this. This was actually a good game. I enjoyed it. It was like Tom and Jerry. To me, it was above average. But I think this one was definitely better than Tom and Jerry. Now, I've never played this one. Porky Pig's Haunted Holiday. Wonder I'll have to check this one out. Curiosity. Okay, here's Paperboy 2. I used to play this all the time. Very, very fun game. I believe I owned it too. Yeah, I did. I did own Paperboy 2. This one I'm curious about because I actually love the movie. And there was actually an NES version, which I couldn't believe. I don't have the NES version, but here's the Super Nintendo version. Cliffhanger. And I'm going to assume it's not a good game because every movie-based game is generally not good, at least back then. So I'm going to assume it's not good. But I'm still curious, you know. Okay, we're almost done. My Super Nintendo collection is not near as big as my others because, well, they're pretty much all complete in box. And when you're going after like complete in box, it gets pretty pricey. Here is Space Invaders. I don't remember this version. I played the N64 version. The N64 version is actually really good, and the Atari 2600, of course, and arcade. But like, yeah, I'm sure this is a good version too. It's a good classic. Here's Frogger, another good classic. Yep, good stuff right there. Now, I played the NES Pitfall, which was a piece of shit. I've never played the Super Nintendo version. Made by Activision, excuse me, so I'll check it out. Probably not that good. And this is what I got from my last retro hunting, is the Battle Clash. And I've never played it. This one requires this Super Scope gun, which is cool, but I've heard this is really bad. So it probably isn't that good. Won't know until I play it though. One day I'll have to get me the Super Scope. I actually don't have the Super Scope. Okay, here is Wings 2, Aces High. Know nothing about it. Okay, Super Off-Road. I actually have the NES version as well, and that was actually okay. And looking at the pictures on the back of the box, it looks like it's pretty the same, except 16-bit, better graphics. So that's cool. But yeah, it looks like the same game. Does this one say Ivan Stewart? Just like the NES version? Or is it just, I guess it's just Super Off-Road. They didn't use a name this time. That's how it should be. Here is Stunt Race. FX. Know nothing about it. Okay, and here's just another racing game. Road to the Top. So, no comment on that one. Okay. We're almost done. Okay, so I played the NES version, but not the Super Nintendo version. The NES version wasn't that good. But Terminator 2, and I'm assuming this isn't good as well, because, well, look who made it. LJN, that rainbow. Watch out, not a very nice rainbow. Now, I played this. This game's not very good. Dennis the Menace. Yeah, it's not very good. And here is Desert Strike. Know nothing about this game. Yeah, I can't wait to play some of these games. One day, like, I need to just sit down and play these and just see if they're good or not, you know? And then Bugsy. I never really played any of the Bugsy's games, but, like, I've heard they're pretty much all bad, I guess. I don't know. People talk negative about, oh, Bugsy. Busby, whatever. Stupid cat. Okay. Yeah, I did a nerd video with this because you guys wanted me to do it. Because I did the NES Barbie and I did the Super Nintendo Barbie Supermodel. Yeah, piece of shit. Why is it in my collection? Then Wing Commander. There's a movie, right, called Wing Commander. Is this based off of a movie? Not sure. Here's another racing game. Yeah, actually, yeah. 2 racing games. So, whatever. Okay, and oh, I also have this game right here. Super Mario All-Stars. Had it over there because, you know, I was currently doing a Joey's Fun Play of this. I've been practicing with Mario 2. So I posted the first Mario, like, what, over a month ago. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, I really love this port. I love this version. I like how it has all of them plus Lost World. It's nice. And let's see here. I also have the complete in box Super Nintendo game Genie. So yep, has the book and everything. Has it all. It's all in there. So yeah, pretty neat. I never did use the Super Nintendo Genie, just the NES back in the days, so I'll have to look at the book and see what this can all do for me, you know. So let's see, I think that's roughly it. I also have this. This is almost like a different topic, but Super Nintendo related, is the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. I do not have the NES Classic Edition. And I had my chance to, but for some reason I was like, well, I have the games, why do I want it? And I was like, okay, I changed my mind, I want it. In case I ever decide to get rid of my collection, you know, due to space or whatever, you know. But yeah, I have the Super Nintendo one, and definitely well worth the money, especially if, like, you know, if you're unable to collect this stuff due to, like, whatever, you know, space or money, just whatever. And I understand, because, like, I've been cutting down because it's you know, it's a shame that it's expensive. You know, it kind of ruins the hobby a bit because of those dickhead scalpers out there that ruin everything. But yeah, this was definitely a good value right here. Very good. I hope they come out with an N64 version. I'm assuming they will. We'll see. Hope so. Good idea. So anyways, oh, and I do have the case and everything as well for my Super Nintendo Classic Edition. I'll show you the inside because I have the system and everything in here. Yeah, all the wires, everything nice and neat. Yeah, very nice. So it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's just me, but this smells like gasoline. Oh, glad I don't smoke. Burn this dang place. So anyways, yeah, I think that's it, guys. That's pretty much all my Super Nintendo stuff. My Super Nintendo collection is a lot smaller. I mean, like, I could show you my system and all the accessories, which isn't a lot, but it's all over there hooked up. And I was like, yeah, you guys know what the system looks like. So I don't have the system complete unboxed like I did with all the NES stuff. So sorry for the cut just then, guys. Actually, I had a visitor at the door, which is ironic because I just finished showing everything and, you know, I was about to end this, but that's okay. But anyways, as usual, I want to thank you again for all the support and for following me. Can't do it without you guys. And stay tuned for part 4. Next video, I'll probably showcase my entire PS1 collection, maybe even PS2, we'll see. Yeah, there's probably only 2 more videos because I don't have too much more to show. But yeah, I figured it was good to break these up in separate videos just because, well, the first 2 videos were like over 40 minutes. So this one will be a little shorter. Like this one's at probably, what, 35, 40 minutes? Okay, well, whatever. But anyway, guys, as always, thanks again, and until next time, take care.